Girl in the Basement. The screenwriter of this movie is Barbara Marshall. You can watch this movie via Netflix. The movie, taken from the true story of an 18 years old girl who had to be locked up for approximately 24 years by her cruel father. The heartbreaking story of Sarah, inspired by Elizabeth Frills, begins when she tells her mother that she wants to live alone so she can be away from her father, Don. Inspired by Judd Nelson. Secretly, but without realizing, Don overheard their conversation. One night, when Sarah escapes through a window with her boyfriend to attend a party, she comes home the next morning to be confronted by her father in front of the house, and they have a brief argument. Long story short, when Tom found out about his daughter's plan to live alone in Florida, he came up with an evil idea to lock Sarah in his basement. Finally, Tom carried out his plan and asked Sarah to help him move things in the basement that Sarah never knew about, and then Tom locked her in a soundproof basement so that Sarah could not scream for help from her family or anyone, which makes everyone unaware of Sarah's whereabouts. During the lockdown period, Sarah was sexually abused by her own father, so that she gave birth 7 times but only to remain in prison. One child died because Don was killed, and one child was left to Don's wife or Sarah's mother in secret, and the rest was brought to civilization by Don but not recognized by him as his child. Until one day, Sarah's first daughter was sick, and Sarah forced Don to take her to the hospital. That's where Sarah had the opportunity to ask for help from a doctor and the security to help him. And finally, Sarah could live freely again, and Don was arrested by the police and punished for his cruel behavior. Let me tell my opinion about this movie. As I have said before, this film is inspired by the life of Elizabeth Flirt and the abuse she suffered at the hands of her father, Joseph. I know going into this that it is not a big budget movie. This is a lifetime movie. I know that people like to hate on this simplistic myth for TV villains, but I happen to enjoy them regardless. As long as the acting is tolerable and the storyline is definitely put together, this film met my requirement. No, it doesn't have the greatest actors, but considering the subject matter they were portraying, I thought they were fairly good. The subject matter is awful, but there is no need to feel as though you will be watching horror level violence or sexual assault of an overly graphic nature. This is theme in those regrets. I personally like the film. I found it to be a decent watch. If you like lifetime movies, this is going to be right up your alley. If you don't care for those types of film, don't watch it. I think that's all for my opinion about this movie. Thank you for hearing me, and bye bye.